Coming up on KSU News Now, a celebration of World Refugee Day was held in Atlanta.
And a Midsummer's Night Dream comes to Kennesaw State University this week.
Good morning and welcome to KSU News Now. I'm Tommy Krebs.
And I'm Ian Boyd.
Congratulations to Edward Stevens, a 26-year-old veteran and a KSU graduate, for becoming the university's police chief. He began his campus career in 1992 and as an officer and has been climbing the ranks ever since.
Mike Boyce stood in front of concerned Cobb citizens and introduced a new budget to help the county. His proposal is to raise Cobb's millage rate and provide services that the county needs. Raising the millage rate will allow Cobb to keep parks and libraries open, but will raise residents' home tax.
I am okay with the proposed budget because it would change the millage rate, give us services that I think the county needs, and I love the county that I'm living in because I served it for 20 some odd years in the school systems.
There are 5 more town halls taking place within the next couple of weeks. Here's Kelsey Anderson with more on the celebration of National Refugee Day.
In today's political climate, immigration policy is a highly controversial topic. Despite the aggressive attitudes surrounding this issue, Atlanta's Center for Civil and Human Rights held a celebration for National Refugee Day.
We started 3 years ago. Kitty had an idea, then the idea started to become real, and they started to raise money to buy a truck. Kitty went I think a year and a half without ever being paid. Now we've grown into having 2 trucks and catering. We have 4 trainees on staff, and so it's definitely grown a lot.
The truck not only gives out coffee, but also gives refugees like Samaya a dream and a future to work towards.
At the first when I was here, I was nothing. I didn't know what to do, but I found so many people and friends who helped me a lot. So I want to do the same to others because I really understand they need help.
Murray's business has given refugees like Samaya a home filled with peace, love, and of course, good coffee. For more information on this project, you can visit www.refugecoffeeco.com. Back to you, Ian.
A South Fulton neighborhood is struggling to recover from powerful tornadoes that occurred over 3 months ago. Ashley Correo has more on the story.
It was in this neighborhood in South Fulton County where a powerful tornado left behind heavily damaged homes and debris scattered everywhere. The storm was so extreme that some families had to relocate to hotels. Since March, some families have been able to move back in, and unfortunately, some have not. 3 months ago, almost every home in the neighborhood was destroyed and unlivable after the tornado hit. Fast forward to today, there's a huge improvement, but some homes haven't been touched since the storm. Abandoned cars, overgrown yards, and empty houses show just how long people have been displaced from their homes.
We had roof damage, fence was damaged, screens. That's about it. Matter of fact, 2 houses on the next street. Yeah, that's my daughter's best friend, and their house was open on the side. You can see inside from the outside, so they had to move. They're still working on it now.
Both the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Georgia Emergency Management Agency confirmed that while the damage is significant, the storm did not fit the criteria to be considered a state or federal disaster. This means that the millions of dollars in damages do not qualify for relief funding. Due to this, many homeowners are struggling to cover the costs to rebuild their homes and repair the damages.
And it's a crying shame you can't get help from government or somebody, because like I say, my insurance didn't pay for my family. So that was $3,000 I had to come out of my pocket. It is what it is, and like I say, I'm just glad everybody made it out all right, So.
Fortunately, nobody was hurt in the storm, and the neighborhood is keeping a positive attitude and trying to get everybody back into their homes. This is Ashley Correo in South Fulton County with KSU News Now.
While pollen season may be winding down for the year, mosquito season is picking up. Besides making life outdoors uncomfortable, mosquitoes are one of the world's most dangerous pests. In the U.S., mosquitoes are known to transmit West Nile virus, and according to Orkin's list of top 50 mosquito cities, Atlanta clenches the #1 spot for the 4th year in a row. In 2017, 42 Georgia residents tested positive for the West Nile virus, and experts predict that this year could be worse. Precautionary measures can be taken by locals to minimize the amount of mosquitoes this season and control the spread of the virus. Mosquitoes breed in standing water, especially small containers. Experts suggest going through your yard a few times a week and dumping any stagnant water. LGBTQ Pride Month is coming to a close, but there are still plenty of events throughout the Atlanta honoring the community, and the nation recognizes this month of June to celebrate members of the communities. While many cities in the country hold concerts, parades, and parties in honor of Pride Month in June, others like Atlanta save their biggest celebrations for the LGBTQ month history in October. Details on events for the rest of June can be found at atlantapride.org.
The World Cup is off to a blazing start in Russia with some big upsets and big wins. 4 KSU News Now journalists are covering the matches. Joining us now are our correspondents from Moscow, Russia. A group of Kennesaw State students are covering the World Cup. Good morning, guys. How are y'all doing today?
Hey. Hi, how are you doing?
Doing well over here. Give us a time update. It's 8 o'clock here. What time do you have over there?
3:30. 3:30, yeah. The 7-hour time difference.
Excellent. So, moving on to the World Cup. Germany's big loss in the World Cup came as kind of a shock. I know Mexico wasn't expected to win that one. What's been the general reaction over there?
Oh, wow. Mexico fans are absolutely crazy loud, crazy energetic. We were kind of surprised with how sloppy Germany was, considering with their ball handling, considering they are the reigning champs. But Mexico stood strong and made their first shot and kept the Germans out.
So who is Mexico playing against next, and how are they expected to turn out?
Next, they play South Korea on the 23rd. The more important match, though, is probably Mexico versus Sweden on the 27th, because that's the match that will most likely determine whether they make it out first or second in their group. If they make it out second in their group, they'll be projected to play Brazil first going into the round of 16, which is not a favorable match for them. But as long as they beat Sweden, they'll be really reliably set up to get out in the first seed of their group, which would set them up for a path to maybe quarterfinals or better.
So, giving us a snapshot for the rest of this week, who's up next? What games can we expect to see?
Yeah, so there's 2 games we're going to highlight and 2 games that we're covering over here in Moscow. And these 2 games both hold a lot of implications as to which teams are going to be expected to make it to the round of 16. First off, you have June 21st matchup in Group C between Denmark and Australia. The other one coming from Group E was Brazil and Costa Rica. Of course, Costa Rica coming off the loss yesterday against Serbia, and they're going up against world powerhouse Brazil. So that's your quick snapshot of this week.
Shifting gears a little bit, I want to talk to you guys about your experience reporting at the World Cup. So tell us just a little bit about the behind-the-scenes experience at the World Cup. What's the fan zone that you guys were talking about earlier?
A little bit about the fan zone. So everybody that didn't get tickets necessarily to the stadium are allowed to come to this big festival arena type of deal. That's I think right outside of Ziski Stadium. And yeah, it's pretty much it's a festival. There's live music. There's alcohol. There's food. There's music, and there's fans everywhere.
How many fans do you think were there yesterday? Like upwards of thousands.
I would probably say it definitely cleared like 200K.
Well, we're all glad to hear you guys are having a good time over there at the World Cup in Moscow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us this morning.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us on.
All right. Jeremy Collins filed this story after our conversation with an overview of the latest matches.
Welcome back to Moscow. This is Jeremy Collins reporting from the 2018 FIFA World Cup. It's been an exciting opening round, full of upsets and a lot of excitement from the fans. Today, we'll be breaking down the most important games you may have missed.
First and foremost, Russia. The team was ranked the lowest out of any team to qualify for the World Cup, but surprisingly has won its first 2 games in an impressive fashion. Russia dominated Saudi Arabia 5-0 last Thursday and Egypt 3-1 Tuesday. The team is all but guaranteed to advance to the round of 16. Mexico pulled out a surprise 1-0 win Sunday against the defending World Cup champions Germany. Irving Lozano brought an end to Mexico's 33-year losing streak against the Germans with a goal in the 35th minute. Germany hopes to keep its World Cup dreams alive with a win over Sweden on Saturday, where a loss would likely mean the end to its quest to becoming back-to-back champs. Group H is off to a tumultuous start after upsets in both of Tuesday's games. Senegal beat Poland 2-1 after a couple of Polish mistakes, including an own goal. Group favorites Colombia took a loss to Japan when Carlos Moreno received a red card in the 3rd minute, forcing the team to play a man down for the rest of the game.
Other important moments from the opening round include Ronaldo scoring a hat trick for a Portuguese draw against Spain and a hard-fought draw between Iceland and Argentina. Look for Iceland to carry momentum from that game into Friday's match against Nigeria. Reporting for KSU News Now, this has been Jeremy Collins. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Jeremy. Sounds like an exciting time in Russia.
In more local news, right here at Kennesaw State University, the first hybrid grass field in the country is being installed.
It feels like grass, it looks like grass, but it's actually fake. Kennesaw State University's Fifth Third Bank Stadium is the first in the country to have this new hybrid grass field. Playmaster is the carpet-based hybrid grass technology that allows for fast installation and instant playability. Precision Turf grew a plot of the natural turf in Brazelton, Georgia. It was then installed on June 6th. This new technology allows for greater stability to help maintain the quality and safety of the field.
I'm super stoked about it. It just adds another element to Kennesaw State and what makes this place so special. When we fill this place, on Saturdays, it's next to none.
You'll see the Owls back here on September 15th when KSU's football team plays Alabama State. Bring your favorite blanket to KSU's Legacy Gazebo and enjoy live-action Shakespeare. Kennesaw State professor Rick Lombardo directs Shakespeare Under the Stars on campus for the first time at Legacy Gazebo, bringing to life the colorful and lively Shakespearean comedy, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Outstanding performers include KSU's own students and professionals of the National Actors Equity Association. The showings are June 22nd and 23rd.
Over 50 young women competed in the Miss Georgia pageant last weekend. 6 were either currently attending or alumni at KSU. Miss Johns Creek's Stephanie Gargilio, who attended KSU, made it into the top 10, but UGA grad Annie Jorgensen took home the final crown. She will go on to compete in Miss America this fall. And lastly, the circus came to town over the weekend. Crowds of people showed up to see death-defying stunts, tricks, and acrobatics. The Acro Cats are a troupe of performing cats trained by Samantha Martin, the founder of the group. Acro Cats tours the country and have been featured on The Late Show, The Tonight Show, and other TV documentaries. While Martin tours, she works with local animal shelters and charities to help promote their good deeds. In Atlanta, she sponsored Trap King, a local nonprofit which benefits feral cats and animal rescue. From KSU News Now, I'm Ian Boyd.
And I'm Tommy Krebs, signing off for KSU News Now.